is gonna be a mess. Okay, so right away we're just gonna talk about one thing, is that the lighting is going to change completely throughout this entire video. I don't have lights, I rely on the sun and whatever I have in my apartment. So just ignore that happening and everything will be fine. Costume change! Because I know I'm gonna get flour all over me. So that leads me to my next thing. Today, I'm making cookies. And for whatever reason, I have decided to film it so that everyone can see what a mess I am all the time. I'm specifically making key lime cookies because I have a lot of lime in my fridge right now and I don't want to waste it. I need to use it for something, so I'm gonna make cookies. So step one, I suppose, is ingredients. Ingredients, please. Ingredients, yay. Here I have my many key limes, and I also have backup limes. Think I'm good, think I'm covered. So the recipe that I'm trying today is from a website called CakeWhiz.com. I will put the recipe in the description. It's just something I found on Pinterest because that's where I find all good things in life. So to begin this, my butter is supposed to be softened. It was in the freezer, so I'm gonna do that first. Great, okay. Costume change, again. I realized with my last shirt, my stomach was just here for the world to see. So I've now changed to my shark dress, which I bought at Target in the kids section. Oh, now that I have a bowl of melted butter, which is not what this recipe calls for, I'm gonna start and see what happens. Great already, super great. The very first thing it says is in a mixing bowl, cream together butter and sugar until light and fluffy. So, let's get ourselves a bowl. We got a bowl. Let's get a bigger bowl. We got a cup of butter that's supposed to be softened, not melted, but we'll see what happens, it's fine. And a cup and a half of sugar. Let's go for it. Butter. Ooh. Got my butter, a cup and a half of sugar. This is a half. Ooh, big chunk. Cup and a half. Okay, now we're gonna cream together. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 ba-doo. Boop, 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 ba-doo. Ooh, it's actually going well. I think the melting was fine. I mean, time will tell if it was fine or not, but you know, that creamed pretty fast. So, look at that. Wow, butter and sugar, my two favorite things. So next we've got mixing the egg, vanilla, lime, and food coloring. So, this recipe calls for lime extract, lime juice, and lime zest. I did not pre-prepare that. So this butter and sugar mixture is just gonna chill while I do all of that now. This recipe doesn't really make sense. I would also like to point out that at no point in the instructions does it tell you to preheat the oven. I had to scroll down to the bottom where it says, put it in the oven at 350. So it's preheating now. But girl, when you're baking cookies, the first thing you gotta do is preheat the oven. Okay, so I need a tablespoon and a half of lime zest, 2 teaspoons of lime juice, and a half a teaspoon of lime extract. They did not have lime extract at the grocery store, so I'm just gonna use like a little bit more lime juice and just hope for the best. I'm also not sure what I should do here. It does say key lime cookies, but in the recipe it just says lime juice. I'm gonna go with these and just see what happens. It's really like every time I make anything, even if I'm following a recipe, it's just sort of a see what happens situation. I made pasta right before this, and I did not get the right tomatoes. The sauce did not look right, but I was like, just keep going, see what happens. That's how you learn things, I guess. So to start, I should probably do the zesting, so then I can squeeze the juice out afterwards. Last time we did this here, it was a real fucking mess because these are so small. I don't really know the best way in which to juice this other than just like squeezing it. And there's a lot of seeds in them. So yeah, great time. Anyway, let's zest some limes. I do not have a zester. I have this cheese grater that I got at the dollar store. So I'm gonna just use this. This is gonna take forever. Oh no. How much of this do I need? A tablespoon and a half? Oh my god. I'm gonna be here a while. Okay. I'm sure the light has changed by now. But I have a tablespoon and a half of lime and key lime zest. Yay! So I'm just gonna immediately put this in there. Hope that was right. Maybe I should check the recipe. So now we're gonna do lime juice. It says it only needs 2 teaspoons, which is way less than what just happened here. Let's squeeze some of these babies. Oh, this is gonna take like no time at all. I really am missing some like vital kitchen appliances. Also, don't mind me just putting my finger all over everything. I don't think anyone is going to eat these cookies except for me and my boyfriend. Except maybe I'll bring them to work and then everyone at work will eat them. Don't worry, my hands are clean, I promise. This is just getting all over me and not in the teaspoon. How do I make it go in the teaspoon? It just went all over the table. That's fine. It's clean. Smells great. That's a teaspoon. Teaspoon. Right, and I said because I don't have lime extract, just gonna put in a little bit more juice. This is not a good idea. This is not a good idea. I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, maybe not. Oh, God, it smells so good. Okay, so that's 2 teaspoons. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Okay, so I got all my limes in there. What else do we got? Egg, vanilla, and food coloring. Excuse me. It says gel food coloring. Don't have that, but I do have this neon food coloring, so we'll just go with that. It's also like not necessary at all. It's just there to make your thing look more lime. Put an egg in here. Boop, 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 boop. Smash it on my table. Beautiful. How much vanilla? A teaspoon. Vanilla. I'm cheap, so it's not real, it's artificial. Sorry, everyone. What else? Food coloring. How much? Few drops. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Do, 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 do. Oh, these cookies are good and not a failure. Okay, that all looks combined and kind of green, little green. Definitely some lime happening in there. Smells great, so that's a good sign. I'm not gonna taste it yet, but it smells great. Okay, so, dry things. What do I need? Maybe I should relocate these limes. But also just like everybody to know that even when there's not a camera on, this is pretty much what happens when I'm baking. Do a lot of singing, do a lot of talking to myself, and a lot of guessing. Okay, so, done. I really would like to learn the difference between baking soda and baking powder because I know that they are very different, but I don't understand what they do. I would like to, you know, be a bit more aware of the science of what I'm doing with food, especially in baking because it's very specific. It's like if you don't have these things, you're totally fucked. You can't bake anything. But why? That's close enough. Really, that's not something that you should be saying when you're pouring baking soda into your mixture, but that's okay. One more time, one more time. And I really am like, how does anyone not make a mess when they bake? Like professional bakers and stuff, they must also make a mess, right? How do you avoid it? It's just a messy time. Fill in the cup. Now, I got all that. I got flour, coconut, baking powder, baking soda. Now I'm gonna mix it. Ooh. So I have my dry mixture, I have my wet mixture. Now we're gonna mix them together because I believe that's the last step. Okay, let's do it like half and then mix. So as to not make too big of a mess. I feel like this is the part where you learn if you fucked it up. Because if there's like not enough wet ingredients to go with your dry ingredients, it becomes pretty obvious pretty quickly. So far, it looks like it might turn into cookie dough. So, I'm feeling okay. I don't know if this is entertaining at all. I just really wanted to make cookies. And I was like, you know what? I should make a video this weekend because I'm trying to be better at just making stuff, not thinking about it too much, not like writing a friggin' 5-minute script. Just like make cookies and see what happens, and maybe it'll be boring and maybe something funny will happen. But it doesn't matter, just make it because you told yourself that you were gonna make 30 videos. So you're not gonna make 30 videos by making cookies and not filming it. So here we are. I'm strong. Strong woman. I think this is cookie dough. Whoa. Tastes like cookie dough. Good sign. Okay, so now that we have our dough, our next step is to shape them into cookies. So it says that I should put them on some parchment paper. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so in this recipe, it calls for you to roll the cookies into sugar, and just like granulated sugar. I don't know how I feel about that. So I'm gonna do some with sugar and some without, just to like really live on the wild side, you know? How big should these be? Scoop out small portions of dough, shape them into balls. But like, you don't say how big, just hope for the best. Eh? Okay. Okay, so a couple things. One, I realized with this camera angle, you can't actually see the work that I did. So here they are. Couple problems. One, I don't have pans big enough, so I still have all this dough. I have 2 pans in front of me. There's like 20 cookies. Probably have another like 10, 15 here. So I'm just gonna chill this dough and do it later. Second thing, I know earlier I criticized this recipe for not saying to preheat the oven, but now I understand why. It's because I have to now put these pans in the fridge and let them chill for 15 to 20 minutes. So my oven has already been preheated for about 20 to 30 minutes, and I've been sweating. That didn't need to happen because it could be preheating while these are in the fridge. So, recipe is right, I am wrong, I understand now. I'm also very warm. So, I'm going to put these in the fridge, let them chill, put this away, clean up all this bullshit, and then put them in the oven. and hopefully they'll turn into cookies. Fingers crossed. Hi, vlog time. Hello. So the good news is it smells amazing. It smells like cookies, it smells like lime. The bad news, it does not quite look like they're done. Let's take a little peek. Doing this with one hand is a bad idea. It says I will know when they are done when they're like a little bit brown on the side. I'm not seeing that yet, so I'm gonna put them in for a couple more minutes. They also don't look as flat as the other ones. That might be because of my butter situation. Remember when I melted it instead of just making it room temperature? I feel like that might be part of it. So we're gonna leave them in for a couple more minutes and hopefully it works out. Okay, we're gonna check them again. Those look pretty good. Okay. They look like cookies. So, you know, that's a good sign. Let's get the other sketch pen. As you can tell, I have cut the parchment. Oh, fuck, I just touched that one. Cut the parchment so it looks a little bit more legit. These look good. They're golden brown on the edge, like the recipe says. The recipe also says that I need to cool them for 10 minutes, which is my least favorite part of any recipe, is just waiting, especially when they're done. Okay, cooling. These puppies have cooled down enough. Time to eat one. I have one with the sugar on it. Feels a little bit hard, so maybe I did cook them for too long. This always happens every single time I bake something. Think that it's not done, so I keep it in too long. Whatever. Smells amazing. Looks pretty cute. They're still a little bit warm. That's a good cookie. The sugar does add a nice texture. I'm glad that I made some without the sugar, just because it's like a lot of sugar. I love cookies. This is a good day. Thank you for watching me make and eat cookies. I hope it was a little bit entertaining. If not, sorry. I'll try again. Bye.